Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bibliophile. I'm Michelle, and today we have another resource review for you. We're going to be talking about the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon of the Bible by Jeff Benner. I'm really excited to share this awesome resource with you, so let's get started. Let's take a look at the website. It's ancient-hebrew.org. And when you get there, you'll notice it's a really beautiful website. And I think they did a great job with it. When you when you get here, go ahead and click on the bookstore. And then you'll see Ancient Hebrew Lexicon of the Bible. This is the book that you want. I do have the cover of the book off to the right of this video, so you'll remember what it looks like, and I'm going to know you're getting the right book. But it's right here. You can click on it, and then it gives you some more information about this book. It is a pretty large book. It's about 616 pages. And the ISBN is here as well as the publisher if you need that. And it says that in this book, all the Hebrew words of the Bible are connected to their roots and defined within their ancient cultural context and meaning. This book has a lot of interesting features that they list right here. They say, an introduction to the ancient Hebrew alphabet, language, and thought. The history of the Hebrew script from ancient to modern times, reconstruction of the original Hebrew alphabet and root system of roots and words, alphabetical ordering of parent, child, and adopted roots, with each root listing the Hebrew nouns and verbs derived from the root. Ancient Hebrew, Modern Hebrew, and English transliteration of roots and words. The action, concrete, and abstract meaning of each Hebrew root. Ancient Hebrew cultural definition of Hebrew roots and words. Root origins of Hebrew words and their relationship to other roots and words. Frequency each word is used in the Hebrew Bible. Listing of foreign words found in the Hebrew Bible. Index to English translations of Hebrew words, King James translation of Hebrew words, Strong's numbers, and alternate Hebrew spellings of Hebrew words. So those are some of the book features. And down at the bottom of this page, you can read some reviews that people have left and get kind of like a preview of the book and click for larger image and stuff like that. So now let's just find out a little bit more about this book before we actually look at the entries for the words. So to get to the main lexicon page, you're going to want to go to ancient-hebrew.org/AHLB. Don't worry, I'll put these links in the description below for you. But ancient-hebrew.org/AHLB. That's kind of the main page for this lexicon. And when you get here, the first thing you'll see up here at the top is the purpose of the lexicon. And I'd like to go ahead and read that because I think it gives you a good idea of why this book is important and, how it's set up so that you know what you're getting into. Purpose of the lexicon. In order to demonstrate the need for an ancient Hebrew lexicon, let us examine the word halal, how it is written, and what it means. The Hebrew word halal, as it appears here in Hebrew dictionaries and in Hebrew Bibles, is written with the modern Hebrew script. But where did the modern Hebrew script come from? Hebrew was originally written with a pictographic script, similar to Egyptian hieroglyphs, but when Israel was taken into captivity in Babylon, they adopted the Aramaic script of the region and used it to write Hebrew. The modern Hebrew script used today is in fact Aramaic in origin, not Hebrew. According to Hebrew dictionaries and lexicons, the word halal is translated as praise. The ancient Hebrew language is a concrete-oriented language, meaning that the meaning of Hebrew words are rooted in something that can be sensed by the five senses, such as a tree, which can be seen, sweet, which can be tasted, and noise, which can be heard. Abstract concepts such as praise have no foundation in the concrete and are a product of ancient Greek philosophy. If the word is written with the Aramaic script and the definition praise is from the Greek, where is the Hebrew in this word? The purpose of the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible is to restore the original Hebrew to the Hebrew language of the Bible. The word halal would have been written as we see here in the early Hebrew script over 3,200 years ago, or as we see here in the Middle Hebrew script, written between 3,200 and 2,500 years ago. The original pictographic letters of the parent root, right here, is a man with his arms raised, looking at something spectacular, and a shepherd's staff that is used to move the flock toward a place. When these are combined, the idea of looking toward something is represented. The original meaning of this root here is the North Star, a bright light in the night sky that is looked toward to guide one on the journey. If we are going to read the Bible correctly, it must be through the perspective of the ancient Hebrews who wrote it, not from a modern Aramaic or Greek perspective. The word, right here, halal, in its original concrete meaning, is a bright light that guides the journey, and we praise Yah by looking at Him to guide us on our journey through life. And it tells you a little bit more about this type of pictographic Hebrew. So basically, the original Hebrew looked something more like this. It was pictographs, pictures, a lot like Egyptian hieroglyphs, okay, where they used images to represent things that were going on in their daily life. So it started like this, pretty much, pictures, and then it morphed over time. Eventually, it turned into something like this, which some people would call Paleo Hebrew. You may have even seen some letters like this on the Ten Commandments tablets that Moses brought down from Mount Sinai in the movie The Ten Commandments. Then it morphed from that kind of Paleo Hebrew down to more like what we see today over time. So this is what the modern Hebrew would look like right here. So you can see how it just gradually became more and more like this script that we see in basic Hebrew Old Testaments that you would pick up. So the type of Hebrew that we are going to be focusing on in this lexicon, the one that this lexicon is based on, is the pictographs, the pictures. That's one of the big reasons why this book is so cool. The pictures have so much meaning. All right, so now let's get into the actual entries of this lexicon. So on the same page, if you click on index, you're going to see a bunch of Strong's numbers. And if you are familiar with Strong's Concordance, it's going to really help you with using this resource. In fact, I would recommend that you take a minute and learn how to use the Strong's Concordance before you start trying to use the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon. it will really help, and knowing the Strong's as well as the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon will really help your studying. So if you're familiar with the Strong's Concordance, you know that when you're reading a verse in the Bible, you can look up a word that you see in the verse, and it will tell you in the Strong's Concordance what Hebrew or Greek word that word came from. And it will assign a number to that word. So you can look up the word in the Strong's Concordance and see the definition and the special number that the Strong's gives it. You can take that Strong's number and then you can come to the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon and look up that exact same number and see the entry that the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon has for that same word. So let's go ahead and let's take a look right here. So let's see, what do we want to do here? Okay, let's take a look at this one right here. H4037. This is what an entry is going to look like. So this is your Strong's number, and you can see the pictographs right here. So this is that pictograph Hebrew. It's going to show you the modern way that the Hebrew would be seen today. It's going to give you a translation. It says X. And definition, it says it's to be verified. And it says what is used to cut something in half. It gives you also King James translations for this word, X. And then the Strong's number, which is H4037. So as you can see, it's really, really cool. These pictures if you learn what these pictures actually mean, and you can combine all of the meanings of those pictures together, it gives you such an amazing look at the meaning of that word. It just makes it so much richer and fuller and shows you how deep that the Hebrew language is and how much meaning there is behind a word. It's so much different than English or Greek or something like that. So let me show you something else really cool. So if you go to the lexicon, click on the lexicon, you're going to see at the top here all of these pictographs. These are the pictograph letters of the Hebrew alphabet. So we have Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Pei or Fe, Tzadi, Kuf, Resh, Sin or Shin, and Tav. So now what you can do is use this as a way to search for words. So say we want to find all the words that start with the Hebrew letter Aleph, which is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. We can just click on the Aleph, and then it's going to show a bunch of words that start with Aleph. And you can just go down and down and down and see all these different words starting with Aleph. Or if you needed a different letter, you could do the same thing. Ayin, the I, super cool. Okay, then you're seeing all kinds of words that start with Ayin. All right, so there are two different ways to look up your words in this lexicon. First of all, by the index and Strong's numbers, and then by going to the lexicon and hitting on one of the pictograph Hebrew letters to see all the words that start with that letter. So I hope that this has been a help to you. I'm going to go ahead and put links to this awesome resource in the description box below. If you would like to click on those links and use them if you purchase this book, it will help support us a little bit. You don't have to, though. Like I said, there's so much you can use right here on the website too. But check down in the description for more information. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment those below. Have you used the Ancient Hebrew Lexicon before? If you have, go ahead, comment below. Let me know what your experience was like, what you think about it. I'd love to keep the discussion going in the comments. So I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day wherever you are. And if you did get something out of this today, which I hope you did, like, subscribe, share with a friend, and you can visit thebiblicalbibliophile.com to see our blog post and find out more about our podcast and other things that will be coming up in the future. So have a wonderful day. Remember, test everything. Hold fast to that which is good. Shalom.